Hi, I'm Mary Beth from Stencil Girl Products. You may or may not know that I've been a collage artist for 20 plus years, and during that time I have collected so much stuff. It is absolutely luscious, and I've used it in my work forever, and I have an enormous collection of vintage things and things that I love using in my work. During the pandemic, as I've been using things and making things, it's occurred to me I should share some stuff with other people. So I've put together packages of my favorite things, and I want to show you and offer those up to you now. I have two different sizes. The smaller size is one 9x12 envelope full of stuff, and then the larger size is this priority. Let me pull some things out so we can take a look at what you would get if you were interested in these. Okay, let's see. Okay, so these smaller packages include 20 hand painted pieces of paper that I've made. In addition to that, they include napkins, which are some of my favorite things. There are just some gems of pattern in these napkins when you separate them out. And you know how napkins are. You buy a pack and you've got like 20 and you want to use one or two. So that's why I'm sharing some of my enormous collection. Oh, that's really a fave. Oh, and this one, oh yeah. And look at this hand painted, or this handmade paper rather. That's a cool texture. Now we're getting into some of the hand painted papers. These are all made by me. And it's a minimum of 20. When they were little ones, we put in some extras, so because we didn't want you to feel shorted at all. But I think you will find that you can really use these in your art journals or in any mixed media way. I mean, that's a nice batch of painted papers. Then tissues. You know how I love transparent components in my work. Well, tissues are one of my favorite things, and look at some of these yummy tissues, plus these Asian papers I love too, and vintage text. This is a newspaper from, I think it was 1942 or 1943. I mean, old. So I didn't hold back. I'm sharing all my good stuff, okay? Because I play well with others. I try to anyway. And some map pages and music, and it's a nice pack. So there's one. I just want to show you another example so you can see that these were all prepared randomly. They're not going to be the same. And come on out. There are certain things you'll get in all of them, such as the sheet music and the map parts, because I was lucky to have a big collection of those, and I love sharing them. Oh, this is a nice group of really abstract stuff. These painted pages. Cool. Ooh, yeah. These are fun. All sorts of things here. Quite a variety. I think that anybody who's making mixed media would be pretty excited to maybe get one of these packs and hopefully put some of my things to use. And again, napkins, and voila, what a bunch of stuff. So now I'm going to show you the box. And this is the motherload, okay? This is for people who are really serious about collage or they're wanting to get started in collage, and this would be something that would get you going. There's some rolled items in here that I really like, such as just old vintage pages that are solid color. I love those in my work. These are some architectural drawings that are rolled up, some piano music, player piano music. The maps, you get a whole section of map, like the whole map, not just a page, of 3 different kinds. And then you get all of this textured wallpaper that you can actually use these to monoprint, or you can use them as a rubber stamp, or you can use them just as texture in your work, however you want. They're pretty cool. This, isn't that cute? And the painted papers, of course. Tons of painted papers. Look at this. Ledger page from 1925. Tissue. And then, you know how I use these vintage paperback novels as my palette? Well, I thought I'd send you one. So there's one. Look at that. The color of the page is what makes this great. Plus it has those green edges. I love that. Lots of interesting ephemera in here. Things that I love. These are like my favorite things, seriously. These are pages from something that is so old that I guess there's not even a date on it. I don't know, but shorthand with actual writing on it, more music, ledgers, more painted papers, more vintage handwriting, love that, one of my faves. More painted papers and more vintage. I mean, seriously, I packed these myself, and I'm just gonna say there's only 5 of these boxes, so if you want one, you need to act quick on these guys, because it took me quite a long time to go through my things. These are some fun origami papers that are quite fascinating, a stamp, some Asian papers. This looks like a part of a painting. And these tissues, I got these in Paris. I love them, but I have a lot of them. So why not share? Share. And look at this. I love this. I don't even know what it is, but I just love it. And these things are fun. So it's a lot more. It's a lot different variety. Oh, and look at this. This is one of my palette paper plates. Every one of these boxes has a palette paper plate. What I use these for is I will punch circles out of them and just use them for little parts in my work. They're really fun to use. And a piece of Braille and some more vintage pages. So I hope you find these offerings interesting, and thanks for watching.